Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of our Kerbal Space Program series, Building a Space Station. Okay, if you joined us for the last video, you know that I got the first part of the space station in orbit around Kerbin, and the second video is actually my attempt to dock the second part of the space station to the space station. But it turns out I ran into quite a few problems. So many problems, in fact, that I spent most of my time just focusing on what I was doing and not so much time commentating into the camera or the microphone what I was doing. So that's why we're going to do both the real-time commentary that you see in the top right-hand corner of your screen, but also the post commentary, which is what you're hearing from me right now. So you're going to get twice the amount of cloud liquor in this video. And so that way I can explain to you what exactly is going through my mind as I'm trying to solve problem after problem. But the good news is, well, I won't spoil the good news. This is a lengthy video, but if you watch it, I hope you find it satisfying that I came out on top. Not only did I come out on top, but I came out ahead of the game. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get started. Hey guys, this is part 2 of building the space station. So let's get right into it. Okay, so in the last video you didn't actually get to see the entire space station because I didn't build it yet, although you probably saw a preview of it in the thumbnail of the previous video. So let me show you the actual model of the space station. Here it is. Zoom out here. There we go. Okay. It's quite large and in charge, as you can see. What we have up there orbiting Kerbin right now from the first video is just this section right here, from here to here, just this part. In this video we're going to send up this part, the front part, the actual command module part, if you will, and another science center. We'll send that all up in one go. We don't have any Kerbinauts up there right now in the space station, and that's because, if you can remember, I ended up crashing the first rocket, but I landed them safely, so I didn't lose them. But then I forgot to actually add them into the actual second launch. So this is just empty up there right now, which makes sense because I don't remember seeing any Kerbals riding in there. So we're going to send 3 of them up on this launch, and they'll be the first inhabitants of the space station. So let me go ahead and open up the second space station rocket. I went ahead and did it before I recorded this video just to save time. Alright, and this is the rocket. I'm quite confident this is way more firepower than what we need, but like I said in the previous video, better be safe than sorry. So this is the second part of the space station that we're going to send up, and we have a little external container here to help connect the 2 pieces together. Once we're up there, we'll have to do an EVA with an engineer once we're up there to actually put on the docking ports, and then the pilot will connect them together. Rendezvous. Alright, so hopefully this works. Let's go ahead and get our crew. Let's see, I said Richie was going to be the pilot. Gilrick? Sure, why not? Okay, so Gilrick, and then, no, we're going to have Entrop be the scientist. Okay, and then for our engineer, is it Ned Fry? Is that who we're going to do? Yeah, well, it is now. Ned Fry. Okay, let's make sure that we have the inventory, the tools that we need. Alright, yeah, and a few extra struts just in case. And here we have our docking ports, so we're good. I even have an emergency custom button ready to go just in case the rocket starts to fall apart during liftoff. So I think we're good. Let's go ahead and try this. Look at that. It's already wobbly. Apparently these aren't doing anything. These extra, yeah, see, it's not even connected. That's not gonna work. Alright, let me recover it really quick. So that's a problem I need to solve. Apparently it's only connected to the center one, and these aren't doing anything. See, look, I can just take them right away. Jeez. How else am I supposed to connect these things? Alright. Because I know these aren't going to stay on there. That's not enough. We could... I know what we can do. We can strut connect them on. Adapt and overcome. We'll see if this works. It's a lot of stress that these are going to have to deal with, but hey. It's the only idea I have. Should 6 of them work? I don't know. We'll find out. Alright, let's try this again. Looks like it's holding them on there pretty good. Each of these rockets are over $200,000, so I mean that's pretty expensive. Let's do
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We have ignition sequence start.
Slow getting off the launch pad. And it's wobbling a little bit. It's wobbling pretty good. Turn off RCS if that helps out. This is Cloud Liquid with some post-commentary. You can't really hear what I'm saying because it's the rocket engine's so loud, but basically what I'm talking about is the wobbling of the rocket itself. Air should start to thin out, making it less of a problem. I think it might be alright. Basically, once the rocket gets high enough where the air is thinner, there's not as much drag and therefore not as much rocking. Real moment of truth is going to be when we separate these boosters. Why is it heating up? I don't get why it's heating up, but we're about to lose it anyway. Here we go. Come on, baby. Oh! Rocket still survived. Wow, that was lucky. We got kind of lucky on that one. Altitude. Yeah, we're good. Once we break 70,000, go ahead and separate the fairings here. There we go. Alright. Get us in position. Go ahead and light it. And we're on our way into orbit. Alright, we're actually going to overshoot our, not overshoot, but undershoot our Apple apps if we keep going at this speed so early. So we should be alright now. There we go. Yeah, that's better. I'll go ahead and make a side note here that I won't always show all this footage. Usually I will cut it out, but since this is the beginning of the series, some people might find it interesting to see how getting into orbit and then rendezvousing works. We have to get our orbit above 500,000 meters in order to rendezvous with our space station. target. Go a little bit more. There we go. All right. How we doing on angle? Yes. We'll have to fix that. We can fix that right now. Actually, we just passed it, so we'll fix it when we get to right here. Let's go ahead and even out our level off our orbit. A little too much. Oh, it's so delicate. There we go. Okay, so let's warp here. Again, if you find all this kind of tedious and boring, I won't be showing this anymore in my videos. This is just for those who are interested in seeing how you actually get into a rendezvous with an orbiting object. All right, turn on SAS and let's go. Nope, wrong way, this way, there we go. Should be vertically, making our rocket go vertical here. We're gonna have probably just 1 or 2 second burn in about 55 seconds. Alright, here we go, 5 seconds. And that's it. Alright, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. Let's go ahead and go to a prograde trajectory. We got to catch up, so we will go a whole nother orbit. We'll go a couple more orbits to catch up. So we have the inside track here, what I call the inside track, which means we are going a lot faster around the Earth than they are, so we will be coming up from behind. Okay, we're going to be just ahead of them. So when we get here, we'll actually go ahead and prograde. Bring it down. We're within a kilometer. Can we actually get to 1? Nope, 2. That's awesome. I can work with that. Okay. Bring this to target because it's going to be. Go ahead and warp. We're going to be going 192 meters a second, so that is pretty fast. But we got a big engine on us. On this rocket still, so we're going to be fine. it is. There's our space station. All right. You know what? We don't even need all this weight, so that'll help us maneuver easier. There we go. Much better. Cool. Here it comes. Wow, that worked out pretty decently. All right. Good for me. Okay, so now we're going to aim towards the target. Slowly but surely. Let's throttle up a little bit. Now we'll just use RCS to perfect our trajectory towards the space station. We'll go ahead and keep the big engine on for now, just in case we start drifting while we're hooking up the, while the engineer is doing his job on his EVA, hooking up the docking port. All right, we're gonna start slowing down now. Get a view of the pilot and his crew. There they are. I love this. This is awesome. Alright, that should be close enough. Put it in a parking orbit here. Get the engineer out so he can do his job. All right. Let's see, he's gonna have to take this battery off as well as all of these monopropellant tanks, then install the docking port ring if he can. All right, so let's go ahead and get him out on an EVA. Turn off RCS, it's gonna mess up my... Alright, cool. should have inventory on him. Yes, he does. Alright, let's go ahead and equip his little screwdriver, whatever it is, power tool. Alright, let's open up his inventory again. Open up. Actually, can I just grab it and put it on his back? There we go. That's what we gotta do. Alright, go do your job, buddy. The mission, the success of the mission depends on your ability to do this right. Alright, so first let's get rid of some of these things. There we go, that's one way to do it. I guess that's another way to do it. Hopefully I didn't detach this whole thing. I hope not. Let them just float away. Just float away. And one more. Alright, let me grab this. Up too heavy, so I will just root part. This function is not supported on this part. Can I not take it off at all? I can't take this off at all. That's okay. I guess we can just keep it on there. It's not a huge deal. So we'll go ahead and well, I need to be able to mount this on here. So I'm gonna have to get back to my ship here and grab this ring so I can mount it on here. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room to do that. I might just have to let this float for a minute while I go do this. Hey, what do you know? That's good. That's good news. So far, so good. One little hiccup with the battery, but I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I can work with this. Alright, now we need to find a place to mount this. That'll work. Alright. And I think we're in business. Back to the ship. Alright. We're going to dock with the opposite end. Go ahead and jump in. Alright. Get my orientation here. Alright. Thing has a little bit of spin to it, but I think I can handle that. So I'm gonna dock this thing backwards. easiest thing to do, but I think I can do it. Now, I never used these docking ports before. Hopefully they work. Otherwise, I'm going to have to send up a second ship to get me straightened down here. Some more Cloud Liquor post commentary here. So basically, these docking ports aren't really docking ports, and they do not connect with each other. And I discovered this here in a few seconds. And I end up trying to dock this several times over the course of about a half hour, using up a lot of needed monopropellant. So that's what's going on, and this is what I'm about to discover. Nope, okay. So that sucks. So yeah, I finally accepted the fact that these docking ports aren't going to work. And that is a major problem. Okay, so what now? Alright, so apparently I can't dock with these things. So I'm gonna have to use a conventional docking port to do it. The problem is I don't have any up here. So I'm gonna have to send up another crew. Alright, so here's the problem I discovered. I cannot dock this part of the space station with this part because these rings right here do not allow you to connect them in space, apparently. I don't know why, you just can't. So, I'm gonna have to send up another vessel to come up here and bring me some actual docking ports so I can install them and then dock these two things. So, we're gonna have to get to it right now. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and bring up our next part of the space station while we're at it. So we'll get rid of this. This and this. See, we'll put a actual command pod in here. There we go. Get rid of this. So this is how I typically build my rockets with the space station parts on them. I just take the space station model of the whole space station together and just remove the parts I don't need at the moment, and then I save it as something else so that my space station model remains, but then I have my new rocket with just that part of the space station. And this third piece of the space station that I'm sending up is the final part of the main wing of the space station, the long continuous stretch of pods that everything else connects off of. All right, let's put a ring up here. Well, these guys are going to have to return home, so put a heat shield. Oh, that's too big. Heat shield on the bottom here. It's a weird heat shield. And then we need to put a docking port on here. All right. All right. That might actually be the way we do it. Okay, so we need one of these up here. There we go. We're gonna need some RCS thrusters. Some RCS. Some batteries. There we go. All right. We need some parachutes. Okay. What else? What else? What else? We're gonna need some more of these. And now I'm putting docking ports into the actual container that's going to be part of the space station. Also some struts to help support the integrity of the space station, because it seems to be pretty flexible where the parts meet at the docking ports. This is all work that my engineer will have to install up in orbit. Alright, hopefully this is enough firepower. We're going to go with Jebediah. Alright, we're going to go with our main 3 stars to get this done, because we need to get this done. Alright, this needs to work. The odds are definitely not in my favor. I forgot to put up
T-minus 10, 9, 8,
stands.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We have ignition sequence.
Alright, so basically right away I noticed that I do not have my booster set to the appropriate thrust level. It is very slow, and it doesn't take me long to realize I need to abort this mission. That is so slow. That might be too slow. So that's what I do. So now I'm increasing the thrust of the boosters to solve that problem. All right, let's try this. Yet again, we have a second failed launch attempt. I realize once I get into space that I don't have enough fuel to make orbit, so I abort for a second time. Alright, third time's the charm. Come on. So now I've added a third stage to the rocket to help increase the fuel amount of the rocket to actually put me in orbit and help me reach the space station this time. Alright, here we go. Third time's the charm.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We have ignition sequence start. All
Keep in mind the primary mission of this vessel is to make repairs to the couple of space station pieces I have orbiting Kerbin right now. They need docking ports so they can dock. That's the primary mission, is to bring those docking ports so we can actually connect the space station pieces together. The secondary objective is to actually get this third piece of the space station to the space station itself so we can connect the third piece while we're up here. As they say, two birds. Now we're going to fast forward to the actual rendezvous with the space station. Now by this time the two parts of the space station have drifted apart from each other, so this is just one of the pieces of the space station that I'm rendezvousing with. Alright, this is actually the second piece of the space station. Let's go ahead and turn this around. Right there. Alright. you kidding me? This isn't gonna work either. It won't even dock into that. So I tried to dock the actual docking port with the docking port that was already up there to see if those two would work, and no dice. It won't even dock into that. Okay. Okay, well, that means I'm going to have to send my engineer out to do some work really quick. So doing this EVA ended up pushing the second part of the space station away, so that's a problem I'm going to have to fix pretty quickly. So I'm going to bring this piece back to the actual vessel, keep it from drifting away. Problem is I don't have anything because we drifted so far from the freaking ship. So I'm gonna have to keep this right here. This is some precision flying. Okay. We're gonna have to dock it. So basically right now I have to transport this second piece of the space station that I'm controlling right now over to the first part of the space station. But I don't have enough monopropellant to accomplish that, so I'm going to have to dock it to the actual third piece here and have the third piece tow the second piece. This is going to be very tricky flying because it offsets my center of mass and allows for some lopsided flying with a lot of overcompensating. Okay, so we got them docked. So let's go back to... I gotta get my Kerbal back inside. Just get back to the ship. Alright, here, you might as well take this off because this is worthless. And now we're going to make our way over to the first piece of the space station. Now we got to make our way over here. Whoa. That is how uncontrollable this thing is. It's really unbalanced. Fast forward the time though, and I managed to limp it over there. rendezvoused. Now we just need to hook it all up. I need to go get my pack of goodies so I can get to work. So what I just did there is I actually removed that docking ring because obviously it's been proven to not work. So it will slowly start to drift away from the vessel. So I have all three pieces of the space station rendezvoused together. Now I just need to install the docking ports so I can dock them all together. Now I'm just clearing up room and disposing of the worthless docking ports I don't need anymore. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, I can split these. Awesome. Split one. Okay, good. Split one. Okay, I don't have enough rolling. That's okay. Whew, that was close. Close. Alright, so now we're going to go install one docking port onto the first part of the space station. You can see just from me running into the parts of the space station that I'm already creating quite the gap between the pieces. So that's another issue I'm going to have to fix. I'm gonna get out of the way. Okay, that's one. Let's see. Which one goes where? I don't need this anymore, I don't think, but just to make sure. Let's go ahead and undock this one. Okay, this is when a glitch in the system happens. Grabbing onto the actual space station piece sent me into a spin, which shouldn't happen, but it's a glitch, so I'm just trying to compensate for it right now and keep me from flying off into space and away from the rest of the space station. I quickly realized that I'm not going to be able to correct it with the Kerbin still attached, still hanging on to the actual second space station part here, so I'm going to have him let go. Meanwhile, I continue to heat up monopropellant. That was a bunch of crap. I still have to dock this thing to the first space station piece. And now I gotta get the Kerbin back to the space station because he's still drifting away. Just a little spacewalking while orbiting Kerbin above 500,000 meters. No big deal. So now I have to take the docking port off the front of this space station piece and put it on the back, because I need to back it into the first piece of the space station. Basically, this docking port was only put on the front when we rendezvoused with this vessel, so I could intercept it with the third piece and drag it over to the first piece. So we no longer need it on the front, we need it on the back. Great success. That'll work. Now we gotta fly this over to the first piece of the space station. Keep in mind I'm also running out of monopropellant, so this is an issue always in the back of my mind. And you can see the third piece of the space station down there to the right. We will dock that one next. Okay, so I gotta flip this around. No, I still have to add. Okay. Of course, I realize that the first space station piece still doesn't have a docking port mounted to it. So now I have to go on another EVA and mount a docking port to the first part of the space station, so that I can then back up this second part of the space station to it and rendezvous with it, or I mean dock it. Actually, I need to go over here. Where's the ship at? Right now I'm realizing that I first need to get a docking port in my little toolbox. There it is. So I have to go to the big container on the third part of the space station first, and then come back and install it on the first part of the space station. Alright, we got the docking port. We're heading back to the first part of the space station so we can install it. And then hopefully, if all goes well, back the second piece of the space station into the first piece. Building a space station is never easy, apparently. Every time I do it, it's always a big pain to get it all figured out. Now, I have built a space station in orbit around Kerbin before, but it was nothing even comparable to the size of what this space station is going to be. But still, nevertheless, a pain in the butt. And now we have another problem. And don't tell me I can't attach this there. What? Oh, are you kidding me? Thank God it's an easy fix. I quickly realized that the old docking port is still attached to the battery, so I just get rid of it. And then nudge it out of the way. Maybe it'll work now. I didn't realize that was on there. There we go. Problem solved. Let's see if I can keep this thing from spinning. So the first part of the space station doesn't have anybody on it or a probe or anything, so it doesn't have any SAS controlling its pitch or altitude or anything like that. So whenever you touch it, even if it's a light touch, it will push it out of control ever so slightly. So right now I'm just trying to counter that rotation to keep it stable so I can dock with it more easily. Alright. Now I'm heading back to the second part of the space station so I can finally rendezvous or dock it with the first part of the space station. Finally, we should be all set up. I am quickly running out of monopropellant. I am going to be doing this on fumes. There's no room for mistakes or error here. Because if I run out of monopropellant, I'm not sure how much spare monopropellant I'll have. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yeah, I got it. Wow, did I actually get it lined up pretty properly too? I think I did. That looks pretty proper to me. Alright. First part of the space station is complete. There it is. Okay. So now it's time to dock our third part of the space station. We have finally accomplished what I set out to accomplish in this video, but now we're going to take it a step farther and get ahead of the game by docking this third piece. Okay. Let's pop this. Alright. Let's go ahead and open that up. We're gonna get this right there. Let's go ahead and, oh, that's right, I'm missing that now because we took it off. Alright, well, I'm going to bring out my engineer. Alright, so what I gotta do now is I have to put a docking port back on the command module of that third vessel so I can push the third part of the space station into the second part. Actually, it's into the first part. The first part is like the middle. Those docking ports you see surrounding the container module are actually supposed to be there, so I can't use those. Those are going to be used in future episodes to attach other parts of the space station to this main branch. Alright, let's do this. So now I'm going to undock the command module, flip it around, redock it with the third part of the space station, and then push it back into the space station itself. So now I'm rolling the space station to its appropriate angle. Alright, I think we finally got it put together. Oh my gosh, that was a pain in my butt. Wow. Oh wait, no, we did it backwards. Oh crap. Alright. That's right, I realized that I connected the back end of the space station to the middle of the space station, so I have to basically back it out, detach the command module, connect it or dock it to the other side of this third part of the space station, flip the thing around, and dock it back to the space station. Keep in mind this video went a lot longer than I'd originally planned, and it's way past my bedtime and I have to work in the morning, so my brain is not functioning at the capacity it should be. That is why I have these silly mistakes. I am literally parallel parking a spaceship flying around Kerbin at so many thousand meters a second. Not to mention with a Kerbal hanging onto my command module. So now I'm just flipping it around. And now we can connect the two together. Boom shakalaka. But again, I'm not happy with how I docked it. It wasn't rotated to the appropriate angle, so now I have to undock it, rotate it, and then dock it again. Problems on top of problems. The vessel has to be so far away from the docking port in order for the docking port to reset. There we go. Finally. The main branch of the space station is complete. But now it's cleanup time. Alright, so we got our space station together. Now we just need to bring Jeb, Bill, and Bob home. So go ahead and undock. Reinforce this over here, and I also need to reinforce the separate parts or compartments of the space station so they don't wobble when I dock other parts to it in later episodes. Alright, that should be pretty well supported now. Ned Fry did a great job. He really earned that paycheck. Alright. Alright, so now I'm using the monopropellant to bring the Kerbals home. And this is just a prime example of me being overly tired, not really thinking things through. Surprise, surprise, we run out of monopropellant and we're not even close to entering the atmosphere. So in the next episode, we'll bring up our fourth piece of the space station and we'll also rescue these 3 Kerbinauts. Thanks for watching this long one, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes of Building a Space Station in Kerbal Space Program. God bless you guys. Stay righteous.